first video, I wanted to touch on a subject that is dear to my heart and that I felt would be a great introduction to my channel, since we're going to be talking about feminine energy, healing, lifestyle, and all that good stuff. Our first subject would be the sister wound. The sister wound is characterized as a generalized anxiety or fear that women experience in relating to other women. This could be women that are different from you, women that are similar in their career, women that maybe are in a relationship when you're not. So the sister wound can manifest as competition amongst women. It can manifest as jealousy. It can manifest isolating women that maybe you think are doing better than you in life, or even women that you feel are less than you. The sister wound can also manifest as body shaming, gossiping, competing for male attention or validation. It can also manifest as putting your sister, when I say sister, I just mean another woman. It can also manifest as putting another woman in a dangerous situation, or simply just the cattiness that I feel like a lot of women experience amongst the women and the community. The sister wound can also be the source of a lot of anxiety for some women, and it can also manifest as a lack of empathy towards women that maybe you feel are different than you. What happens when you have a sister wound is often a sense of loneliness and a lack of, I would say, sisterhood and just meaningful friendships or just relationships with women in general. I also want to say that you could be the victim of the sister wound, whereas you feel like another woman or a group of women has wounded you, or you could also be the perpetrator of the sister wound where you put another woman's security, even her self-esteem in jeopardy because of this sense of distrust and jealousy that we often experience in women's circle or just women friendships. Having a sister wound can actually stop your own growth. It can stop you from supporting your sisters, or it can also stop you from reaching your full potential, because the sister wound is also a representation of wounded feminine energy and a lack of self-esteem and self-love. One of the things that I feel is important to mention is that the sister wound is something that is possible to heal, and I would suggest to heal it, because as I mentioned, it's actually stopping you from reaching your full potential, and even sometimes stepping into circles and places that you want to be in, but your insecurities and fear are actually stopping you from stepping into those places. I feel like it's important to give a few tips, tricks, and advice in order to be able to heal this wound, because if we think about it, in the old times, women used to gather together, women used to even menstruate together, women used to have women's circles where we would gather, collect resources, share resources. Women used to take care of each other's kids, and the bigger the village, the more resources and the higher the group and the individual can actually go. One of the first advice I would give to heal the sister wound is actually vulnerability with self and honesty. And what I mean by that is that it's okay, we're all human, and I feel like it's okay to admit that sometimes some women, what they possess, maybe their career, maybe they have a relationship and you want one and you don't right now, even their bodies. It's okay to admit that some women make you feel insecure about yourself, And it's actually impossible to heal something that you don't face, that you don't take accountability for. So step one would be to take accountability and have vulnerability with yourself. Step two would actually to have intimacy with yourself. And where I feel like the two differ is that intimacy with self is actually feeling the emotion and accepting the emotion that you feel in relating to other women. It could be in looking at their Instagram. It could be you're out and you see beautiful women and you get this feeling of I'm less than, or I'm not as pretty as her. Step three to me would be knowing who you are in the Creator, because in knowing who you are in God, you actually understand that you are inherently worthy of love, of everything that you desire, and also that God made you in your unique way and that there is only one you. So there's really no reason to compete with women for no resources. And actually, competition and competing is actually a masculine trait, and a lot of that can actually stump your own growth and stop you from achieving the things that you want to achieve. Or would be embracing your pain, your trauma, your insecurities, and the things that you have faced at the hands of maybe other women. It could be you felt excluded. It could be issues with the masculine gender. It could be competition. It could be from high school, middle school. But that would be an important step to really, you could put it on paper and really express yourself and express how the situations that you have felt in relating to other women have put you in. Step five would be embracing your own signature feminine energy. And what I mean by that is that no two women are the same, even if they look the same, even if they dress the same, even if they talk the same. We are all individual and unique people. Embracing your own signature feminine energy actually means loving being yourself and embracing yourself as a unique soul, and understanding that there's no one like you and that you don't need to compete with other women for resources, for male validation, or for anything like that. Actually, something that is difficult to do because we unfortunately live in a society that is really competition based, and especially I would say in the relationship department and also career department. But this also ties to my previous point where I say knowing who you are in the Creator, and this is about understanding that what God has for you is for you, and no other woman, no other person can actually take from you what is for you. The last step that I would mention in healing the sister wound is actually to face your fear and to create or even reach out or join others. Or if you already have your friends, if you're already someone that has a lot of women around you, to really enjoy these spaces and try to be as vulnerable as it is safe for you. I would also say another important thing to do to heal the sister wound is actually to embrace self-love. Self-love means different things for different women and for different people, so you would have to figure out what self-love means to you and really sit in that loving self-care, self-cherishing energy. And the fun thing about healing your own signature feminine energy is that the more you heal, the more magnetic you become to the things you want, and the easier it is to actually step into those places and embrace who you are, have self-confidence, have self-love, and reach another level in life. Because how you feel about yourself is actually the most important. Self-love is mandatory and super important for the feminine energy, and feminine energy is love, softness, kindness, patience, understanding, empathy. So the more you heal, the more comfortable you are in your feminine energy, the more you will be comfortable in embracing other women's feminine energy. And this can also help you in attracting the relationship of your dream and the relationship that you want. So that was what I wanted to touch on. I hope this was useful to you guys. And before we end the video, I actually wanted to leave you guys on a quote from my virtual healing place, which is Words of a Wise Woman. I will either link or tag them somewhere in the video. The quote is, "Competition happens at the bottom. The people at the top are collaborating." And I want you guys to really sleep on that quote and really soak it in, to really understand how lack of self-love and low self-esteem is actually first harming you, and then in that self-harm you are actually either harming your sisters or you are being a victim of the system. Hope this was useful. Thank you for watching. This was my first video, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.